Time to move north, head up the lake a little bit to Wells College. Talk a little men's basketball. The Express in the NEAC playoffs once again. Head coach Joe Ithaca joining us here on Between the Lines. Matt Schultz in studio, 1160 ESPN. Coach, when you started at Wells College, there was no Wells College men's basketball. They had just recently added men to the campus at all. Got to be an interesting situation to step into that and try to formulate a program. What were your goals for Wells College men's basketball 5 years ago when you came on board?
Coming in, our goals were to be, as competitive as possible early on. I think we went around the recruiting process, and we really told guys when we recruited them that, we expected to be, a contender right away. We didn't want to use the excuse of the first-year program, and we really went out and recruited, a good mix of junior college guys and high school players, and really put on, an emphasis on just bringing guys who played together. So we looked for teammates from different schools, and we thought kind of having that team chemistry right away would be beneficial, considering we were kind of starting from scratch.
And it's funny because you have an opportunity there to make a team of all guys that are all new. They're all a fresh start for everybody. Did you find that it was easier to sell the notion that this was a first-year program, or is that kind of a cop-out? It was actually a lot harder to try to build a team in its first year?
I think, I think that every situation is different. Being here at Wells, it was, it was pretty easy. It's a great school, great academically. So just kind of selling the academics part of things really helped out. But then it's kind of blazing your own path was also big for us. Guys really, want to come in and kind of set the tone for the program and, kind of create the tradition. It's a unique opportunity that you don't really see every day. So, a lot of guys really were interested in coming in and just kind of creating, the legacy of the program.
Managed a 500 record in your first season, and the very next year, 21-7, huge year. And 11-1 at home, just setting crazy marks for a team that was in only its second year, and they've continued to be special since. Coach, what's the key to your sustained success?
It's just the guys we've had in our program. We've been fortunate to have some great players that have come through here, and guys who bought into the system and what we do. But really, it's one of those things where as coaches we're kind of along for the ride, and we've been very fortunate to have some guys in here who've done great things and, have taken pride in, being a part of the program.
Head coach Joe Ithaca, Wells College Express basketball, joining us here on Between the Lines. Coach, for those who have had an opportunity to come out and see the Express this year, who has really been the standout?
We have several guys who've really done some great things for us this year. If you look at stats, E.J. Taylor's our leading scorer, tremendous shooter, and, he's done some great things and has been very consistent all year. If you're looking for the wow factor, we have a young man named Jonathan Hurtado. We call him Noni. Very athletic kid, 45-inch vertical. And, we also have some other guys who, just do great things that don't really, show up in the stat sheet. Al Paul probably averages over 2 charges a game, our big guy. Jonathan Bonds is a great rebounder. J.J. Walton has really done a good job as far as being a great defensive player for us. And, I think he's really an elite level, defensive player. And, we've had some other, contributions from guys off the bench as well.
And you mentioned Al Paul, your big man who takes the charges. A stat not many big men can claim. He's third in the conference in free throws. Usually your big guys are not as good from the charity stripe, but Al Paul's doing a great job. You're now headed to the NEAC playoffs, Coach. 1 game below 500 in your entire career at Wells. You haven't had a season end below 500. Is there an added emphasis because of that, or are you just taking it game by game?
We just take it game by game. They're all big games. So, at this point in the year, it's, we just tell our guys, don't get caught up in the moment. It's, 40 minutes hard and, do what got you here and, believe in what we do. And, everybody right now is 0-0. So, we'll see how things go this weekend.
And how is the Northeastern Athletic Conference shaping up? Is it starting to continue to improve year after year?
I think, we've definitely had some teams at the top who've been very good. And I think the rest of the league is kind of catching up. It's definitely improving. Morrisville State's very good right now. They're going to be tough to beat this weekend for whoever they see. But the Penn State schools are tough. There's 3 of those guys in the conference tournament. So, it's those guys are always pretty good down there. But overall, it's definitely improving. So I think, the future of the conference looks pretty bright.
And what's the schedule look like for you guys this weekend?
We have Penn State Berks first. We play them at 4 o'clock on Saturday. So, they're the number 1 seed from the South, and they very balanced team. They have 5 guys who are capable of scoring, so it should be a pretty good game. We played them once this year, and we lost down there at their place by about 13 points. So we were down a few guys due to injury, so we're looking forward to being full strength against them.
You do know what they have to show as you've played them already, so that's always a good sign, Coach. And really, another phenomenal season up at Wells College, making the NEAC playoffs for the 5th straight time, and 3 of the 4 years so far, you've made it to the NEAC championship game. So great stuff for a team that's brand new. This team didn't exist 6 years ago, so it's pretty phenomenal what you guys have been able to do up there at Wells College. So we'll have our eyes on the Express this weekend, Coach. Best of luck. Thanks for joining us, Dan, Between the Lines.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Thanks for having us on.